Bro, Drake will not stop this buffoonery. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I've been talking about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef for quite some time now. I've been there since day one. And it's just frustrating to see this man literally live out Kendrick Lamar's bars every 2 months. The brother is spiraling. And if you checked out my last video where I said Drake hates black Americans right now, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of things in that video that will coincide with what I'm about to talk about today, because he just will not let up. So I guess we can call this a part 2 of that video, but he's done more shady stuff and just outright weird stuff, honestly, in the past 2 weeks. Like, I could mention the Central C stuff and how that ties into him trying to, you know, play into the overseas crowd and, again, hating black Americans. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about this new update from the UMG lawsuit and what that means. Because, oh boy. So, I don't plan to make this a full-on deep dive or make this video too long because I'm not a lawyer. But I'm going to talk about some of the things that I read when it came to what he's asking for. So if you're unfamiliar with this UMG lawsuit, basically Drake is suing UMG over the Not Like Us record because he feels like they artificially inflated the record, and it obviously did what it did, which was perpetuate this idea that he's a PDF file. And he's saying that UMG was behind pushing that song and artificially botting that song so that it could do the numbers that it did. Whether it be getting fake reactions from content creators or, you know, using stream bots on YouTube and on Spotify to boost the numbers so that way the song could immediately be popular upon release. And a whole bunch of other tactics. And I've always stood on the standpoint of, while that could be correct, he's acting like they haven't done the exact same things for him for over a decade. And it's to the point where even Lucian Grange even kind of alluded to that. So in this new updated lawsuit, we have Drake wanting court filings and documents from, I believe, January 2014 up until today about alleged domestic violence abuse with Kendrick Lamar, his wife, and Day Free. He wants to know if the kids are Kendrick Lamar's or not, or if they're Day Free's. And he wants documentation that the numbers were artificially inflated and that Kendrick Lamar's team and UMG did reach out to content creators, you know, through DM via social media to validate his point that see, you guys were faking this stuff. You guys were faking this stuff. And this is all to try to prove and combat the bars that he faced and that he also said. He's trying to combat the PDF file groomer allegations. And unfortunately, his team, the people that he surrounds him with, and he himself, it's already documented that he likes younger women. Yeah, they may be above 18, 19, but he's 38 now. And in his heyday, he was already in his 30s hitting on young 19, 20-year-olds. But cool. He's not a PDF file. I always stand on that standpoint. I defend Drake sometimes. I know it's shocking because I hold people, you know, to a certain objectivity, and everybody deserves it. And he's no different from everybody else. The issue that I have is that, number one, it's corny for him to be doing this because it's the equivalent of a Karen getting mad when the laws and rules are now being reversed on them and they're acting like they had to abide by the same laws and rules. No, this is not how this works. You're not above the law. Number two, this is incredibly so not hip-hop because now you're making it way more than hip-hop. And I know some of you people out there trying to defend Drake, be like, bro, but he called him a pedophile. Like, he took it too far, man. He took it too far. I don't think y'all ever once watched a actual battle rap in y'all life. This is what this is. And let's not act like Drake didn't throw out and allude to DV allegations before Kendrick Lamar said anything. Like, people just tried to like discredit that or try to act like that didn't exist. He alluded to Day Free being one of the fathers of one of Kendrick Lamar's kids and Kendrick Lamar allegedly DV'ing his wife. Why do people just act like that didn't happen? You said it first. So now your main goal is to try to prove it. Because Everybody has proof on you for what you do. And while yes, you might not be a PDF file, we know you move weird. Everybody has proof of it. We know all your homeboys move weird. We all have proof of it. Hell, a couple of them are literally registered. But now you want to get proof for the lies that you spew when Kendrick Lamar only told truths. And now you're mad about that. Got it. But again, Drake's problem is that he's continuously always fighting multiple fights at one time. It's my same beef with Nicki Minaj right now, where it's just like, you're diluting your own argument when your real fight is with Roc Nation and the higher ups, but you keep trying to get into petty arguments with dudes like Des Bryant. Why? Stay focused on your past, stay focused on your goal, and actually explain your problem. Drake's issue and my issue was when I did my whole Drake retrospective video about the Kendrick Lamar beef, was that he was focused on A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, Metro Boomin. Focus on the guy that's actually attacking you. Get through that and then focus on your big beef, which is UMG. Because for a while now, Drake has always felt like he's been on the other side of the table, and now he wants to be on that side of the table. There's a reason why I called him Homelander. It's because Homelander, he realized, bro, I'm literally stronger than all of you here, and y'all not gonna keep doing this mental manipulation thing to make it seem like I'm y'all puppet. That's not gonna keep working on me. But the problem with Homelander was that he felt like he could lead until it was actually time for him to lead, and he realized, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And now that all the authority is gone and he just has free will, he's just stuck. He's a headless horse. He has nowhere to go. And for Drake, that is going to be the literal same thing. And it is not uncommon for a label to try to combat an artist trying to get real ownership or real power when it comes to the music business. Hell, they did it with Michael Jackson, trying to put the PDF file allegations on him. We've seen this thing work, and unfortunately Drake fans want to use that as their reasoning as to why they believe all of this is fake and all of this is blah 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 blah. But what's funny is that, again, they're both under UMG. It's just one song worked and yours didn't. Like, it's that simple. Do you have a legitimate argument that UMG might have it out? Yes, I think that is very possible. But unfortunately, and judging by Lucian Grange's statement, I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna work out in your favor even if that's true. Lucian Grange replied to this in a court hearing where he basically said, shut up, nigga, I own you. And yes, that sounds crazy, but that's basically what he said. For full context, he basically described how he's been funding Drake's career for almost 20 years now, and we have dumped over hundreds of millions of dollars funding your career, the music that you wanted to push, and everything that has to go to that, and everything that has to come with that. So in a business sense, what sense would it make for us to try to destroy our biggest cash cow? That doesn't make sense. And from me looking objectively, that is a good argument. But to cut Drake a little bit of slack, it also can be seen as, yeah, we were just cutting you down a notch. We had to simmer you down. Because we like to get in this fantasy land that artists are not employees. They are. Artists are signed to contracts, they have a boss, and they have to report to a boss. And if they don't report to the boss, and they don't get the money or more money that they want. That's how employment works. And Lucian Grange is simply reminding everybody, including Drake, you are an employee. The same way Kendrick Lamar is an employee. So you be the artist and you make the music and we handle the real business stuff. Don't try to come into our world with your artist stuff. And this is gonna be my final thing when it comes to cutting Drake some slack. I am all for an artist trying to get on the other side of the table. I'm never going to try to diminish that. I'm never going to try to take that away from him. Hell, I think Drake, I would say maybe deserves it, but I think he's come to the point in his career where he wants to start transitioning. Jay-Z's done it. Ye did it. Yo Gotti. A lot of people have transitioned to the other side. And I think for Drake, it's finally time for him to be like, yo, I seen Taylor Swift. She got all her stuff. She doing her thing. Let me get to that. Come on, let me get to that. And they're like, no. So I get his beef at the core. My issue is that he goes about these things the worst way possible. It's like what I said with Nicki Minaj. She just goes about it the worst way possible. And so he wants to somehow get back at Kendrick Lamar while also trying to take down UMG. You can't do both. It's either you fight UMG or you fight Kendrick Lamar. And I'd honestly prefer if you just fight UMG. At the still core premise, you look corny, you look like a cornball, you look like a loser because it comes off the back of the biggest beef in the history of rap beefs. But that's what it takes for you to try to get what you want, which is owning your own masters and having some ownership and, you know, taking some charge, and you finally wearing the suits in the argument, then by all means, keep going, bro. I just rather you not get this disgusting, this messy, this lame, this stupid in your argument in trying to approach these things. But again, what do I know? I'm just some random civilian who doesn't have $400 million deals. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole Drake thing. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be 50-50 split like it always is. But in the meantime, y'all, it's been your boy Josh Hero.